y'all doing, man? I hope you're having a wonderful day, evening, morning, or whenever you're watching this video. If you're new, leave a like. Please consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. Now today, I'll be going over my personal favorite albums of the decade. So basically, I'm going from 2010 until 2018. Personally, I think if it's in 2019, I kind of can't judge it because the album itself hasn't been out for an entire year. So albums like Igor and things like that are not on here for that specific reason. If one of your favorite albums isn't on here, just put it in the comment section. There's a chance I wasn't able to fully listen to it, or I just didn't like it, which is perfectly fine. Everybody has their own opinion. So basically, I'm gonna go through tiers. I'm not gonna rank a top 50 or anything like that. You can assume what you want. So we're going to get into it. So tier 3, I had tier 3 albums being mostly fun albums, memorable albums. They just lacked overall depth and introspection, but of course they had good lines, they had hits, they had pretty good production, enjoyable production. Most of the time, these albums are very top heavy. So tier 3 albums would be albums like Drake's Views, albums like Drake's first project, Ray Shremmer's Shrem Life series, Juice WRLD's Goodbye and Good Riddance, R.I.P. to him. I already had this. I've had this video planned for a while, but yeah, Goodbye and Good Riddance by Juice WRLD and Travis Scott's Birds album. So starting off with Thank Me Later, Drake Thank Me Later came out in the year 2010. It really followed his mixtape that really put him on the map. Best I Ever Had, successful with Trey Songz. But I personally feel like Thank Me Later, it is a good project. It's a good project. It oftentimes gets overlooked, but based off the majority of the rest of Drake's albums, it is tier 3. It's obviously tier 3. A lot of his lines are they're okay. I feel like Drake's singing is very robotic this early on in his career, and most of all, this album really lacks that just hit that all of Drake's albums have. All of them. Even Scorpion has hits that are extremely enjoyable, but this album to me, it has good songs. It might have quote unquote Billboard hits, but the album to me, looking back on it, doesn't hit as hard as some of his newer projects. Moving on to Drake's Views project. Views, unlike Thank Me Later, had a lot of hits. It had Controller, it had Hotline Bling, which it can be argued is Drake's biggest and most successful song to date. And it had songs like Western Road Flows, Feel No Ways, and songs like that. But overall, I personally feel like Views is very top heavy. I feel like Views has a lot of filler. I feel like Views, his ideas aren't thoroughly conveyed throughout the entire project. Views basically are seasons in Toronto, but it doesn't make me feel that way. It's not fully, his ideas aren't fully conveyed, I personally feel like. Now, if I would have made this video, let's say I would have made this video in 2016, Views would not be on this list at all. As a matter of fact, Views has grown on me tremendously over the years. It has grown on me a lot. But, like I said, based off his other works, it is not on here. It is not. It's a tier 3 project. Moving on to some different artists. Ray Shrummer, made up of Sway Lee and Slim Jimmy. Their Shrum Life series, Shrum Life 1 and Shrum Life 2, are, in my opinion, tier 3 albums of the decade. Songs like No Type, Come Get Her, and then even with songs on Shrum Life 2 that really had a moment. I feel like Ray Shrummer, they really had moments throughout this decade that really helped define parts of this decade. I personally feel like, and really, some like the songs like No Type and things like that are timeless to me, because I mean I'm only 18 years old, really in middle school and things like that. They were played heavily, and I will always appreciate them for that. So for that reason, they're tier 3. But conceptually, of course, it's not really conceptually. They're party songs and things of that nature. But nonetheless, they're tier 3 songs. So yeah. All right. Transitioning to another artist, Juice WRLD. R.I.P. Juice WRLD. Let's just have a moment of silence for him. His debut album, Goodbye and Good Riddance, it is a tier 3 album in my personal opinion. Goodbye and Good Riddance, I personally feel like is very top heavy. Very top heavy. It kind of gets, some of the topics are kind of repeated throughout the entire record. There's little to no variance throughout it. Now, granted, the beginning of the album, Juice WRLD, is hitting, man. He's hitting. All girls are the same. That intro track, Lucid Dreams, Lean With Me, Wasted. Oh, like it can be like, even though it's a tier 3 album, it can really be argued that those 4 songs are just really, like, not many artists have really 4 really good songs back to back to back. You know, I feel like if he would have littered those songs, you know, spread them out, maybe Goodbye and Good Riddance would be a tier 2 record, but it's tier 3 because it's top heavy. But then again, it makes it a tier 3 because those songs are so good, they're so enjoyable. I can feel Juice WRLD's emotion in all of those tracks. But besides that, it kind of gets repetitive. But nonetheless, I enjoyed Juice WRLD's hooks on this album for the most part. I enjoyed the instrumentals on this album. So yeah. And last but not least, I feel like Travis Scott's Birds album is a tier 3 album of the decade. The reason why I say that is because it's not, it's really like, Birds is really just fully a party record. It's just fully a party record. Now, the beats are really good. But now, granted, I do feel like Birds does get a bad rap because a lot of people, let's just be honest, people didn't want that album. They wanted Astroworld. Astroworld was really supposed to be the successor of Rodeo. It really was. When you really think about it, it was supposed to be. So that's why I feel like Birds gets a negative connotation. But granted, it is not on the level of Travis Scott's other projects. It's not on that level. It's not that level. It really just sounds like Travis is trying to make a banger on every song. Now he does have some really good songs. He has really good songs on there. That I'll play every now and then. But I don't really find myself going back to it that often, as often as Rodeo or Astroworld. So yeah, man. That was my tier 3 type albums. If you feel like I missed something that is a tier 3 album, leave it in the comments. That's what I created this channel for, to have open dialogue. and things of that nature. So leave a like if you enjoyed. Hit the bell for post notifications. And please consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. I try to upload every week. If I don't upload, you're getting a double or triple upload. That's just how it works. So tell your auntie about me if you do nothing else. So until next time.